Hey, what's up? Gerald here, and I just want to show you real quick what it's like to export multiple images at once. So let's say you've got a bunch of cameras set up in an environment, all your different shot choices and stuff, and you're ready to start saving out JPEGs. Well, you can do that without having to go camera by camera, one by one, hitting the render button, save as, picking a folder, etc., etc. You can have them all export at once. So let me show you what that's like. So for this demo, I've got just a cube in the scene, a couple lights, and ready to go right after I make a camera. I'm also duplicating my cameras and aiming them just to kind of mimic, your multicam scene setup. Also in the timeline, I'm going to change my end frame to basically the number of cameras that I have. In the render properties tab, you'll see a section called output. In that section, you'll see a box that's basically your file path, where it's gonna save images. So click the icon right next to it and choose the location you want all the images to be spit out to. Also, a little further down, you'll see a section that lets you choose the file type. By default, it's set to PNG, so just make sure it's set to whatever you want it to be set to. I scroll across the timeline and go to each frame, and I tap M to set a marker. Next, I need to bind my cameras to markers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a camera, make it active. Then I'm going to go down to the timeline, select the marker, and hit Control B to bind the camera to that marker. I'm going to do that until all cameras have their own marker. You can see that as I scrub across the timeline, the active camera changes. Instead of just hitting F12 to render, we're going to hit Control F12 to render animation, which is basically going to spit out every marker as an individual image to the folder that we selected earlier. So that's it. Be sure to take a look at the blog post for way more detail about how to use Blender and hotkeys and other parts of the process that'll make grabbing shots for your board way easier than using FBX Viewer. Alright, later.